Welcome. Winter, the season of waiting, the season of rest. The cycle of the seasons continues as days shorten and nights grow cool and crisp. This month we'll experience the shortest day and longest night of the year. For some, winter is the fourth favourite season of the year, and for others, it is a season to delight in. Winter means something different for each of us, partly because winter looks very different depending on where we live. For some, winter is extremely cold, dark, and a time of isolation. For others, it's barely noticeable. And then there's everything in between. Most of us, however, recognize during this time that the world of creation is moving into a new season. The seasons we see in nature may also be a picture of the inner movements within us. However we may experience the season of winter, it is often used as a metaphor for a season of waiting and darkness, even stagnation and hardship. This season invites us to explore how God is at work in the world around us and to reflect on how God is moving within our souls. Take some time to reflect on what the season of winter may mean for you, whether it's a time of resting and waiting or something else altogether. Whatever you are experiencing, there are treasures waiting for us in this season, and the invitation to wait, rest, and hope. Call him good, my soul, and praise the Eternal. I am here to declare my affection for you, Eternal One, my God. You are indeed great, you who are wrapped in glory and dressed in greatness. The moon strides through her phases, marking seasons as she goes. The sun hides at his appointed time. May the glorious presence of the Eternal linger among us forever. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. God of winter skies, early sunsets and long nights, we turn our faces to you and seek your light. Spirit of nourishment and renewal, awakening life in even the darkest and coldest of places. Nourish us when we feel barren and stagnant, and awaken us in all the ways that have been lying dormant. Are you weary, carrying a heavy burden? Come to me. I will refresh your life, for I am your oasis. Simply join your life with mine. Learn my ways, and you'll discover that I'm gentle, humble, easy to please. You will find refreshment and rest in me. For all that I require of you will be pleasant and easy to bear. As I write this, sitting in my winter garden in Brisbane, I watch my cat sitting by the window, her eyes closed, face lifted to the morning sun and soaking in the warmth coming through the window. Her head drops lower and lower as the sun works its magic on her, and soon she's dozing contentedly. I think of the season of winter and what characterises the season, and I recognise that like every season it depends where you live. So my mind wanders back over the winters of my life. Mount Isa winters, as a young child with clear blue skies that seem endless, warm days and cold nights with a million stars. Winter in the subtropics, when frangipani trees shed their fragrant flowers, orchids unfurl in a profusion of colours, and poinsettia bloom bright red among azaleas and camellias. Tropical winters, where we breathe a sigh of relief at the drop in humidity and continue to wear shorts and t-shirts. Wattle blooms golden yellow and frost covers the paddocks in inland Australia. Fingers tingle with the cold and cobwebs glitter in the early morning light. And then there are the European winters we experienced. Long, dark nights. Lights on at 3:30 in the afternoon. -13 degrees during the day. Snow freezing around parked cars. Days when I wouldn't leave our building because of the sheer effort needed to put on enough clothes to keep warm. Amongst all this wide variation, I ponder what winter might mean for me, and for all of us, as we reflect on this season and what it reveals to us about God, ourselves, and our place in creation. For me, one of the most significant aspects of winter, in all places I've lived, is the changing cycle of day and night, light and dark. Of course, there are different degrees of this, and where I live now I'm noticing how early the sun sets and how much later it is each day before I see it again. I'm invited to notice this movement of light and darkness and reflect on what it shows me about God or about myself. In many parts of the world, winter is a time for the earth to rest, to lie fallow, and to be seemingly still or dormant. Growth of vine, fruit, and flower slows down. Grass rests before its summer growth spurt, and spring bulbs quietly germinate hidden in the earth. And yet other plants that don't blossom in the burning sun of summer are now flowering in the cooler air and bringing beauty to winter. Thus, winter may open out to us times of waiting, of darkness, of dormancy, times of quietness, reflection, or stillness, times when it seems like not much is happening until we notice new life and hope stirring in the springtime. Winter can bring us time to rest, so that we may find restoration and nourishment from deep within. Restoration and nourishment that can be hard to find in busier, more active seasons of our lives. What is the message of this season of winter for you? Depending where you live, take a walk outside or find a warm place to sit and look outside. What has changed in your landscape since the beginning of autumn? Where is there less colour or more colour? Are there different scents in the air? If winter is often a season of greater darkness, slowed growth, and patient waiting, where do you see that in your life? Or where might you need to see that? What is this season inviting you into? Lord, on cold, dark days, my soul finds rest in you. When I feel stagnant and frozen, barren or unfruitful, I know you are my rock and my salvation. When night closes in before I'm ready, and darkness envelops me like a thick fog, when winter's emptiness assaults my soul, and I long to move forward but cannot, when the storms and winds of the season threaten to sweep me off my feet, my hope comes from you, Lord. Neither wind nor darkness, nor cold or barrenness, nor dark days or long nights, nor endless seasons of stagnation. Nothing, none of these things can separate me from your love. In all these things, my heart sings. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the foulest snare and from the deadly pestilence. In times of waiting and uncertainty, may you know the unwavering love of God. When darkness comes early and presses against you, may you see the light of Jesus. As you sit quietly in silence and solitude, may you sense the healing, whole-making movement of Spirit within you. And may the delights of the season, the evolving colours, the early sunsets, the gifts of unexpected change nourish your soul, strengthen your faith, and illuminate hope.